Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel again, and today we have the 13th episode of the Astoundmas, and this is sort of a Christmas dinner type video. Do you want to explain what we're doing?
Rightio, so as we all know, the best part of Christmas isn't just the presents, it is the food. And Christmas dinner tends to be a very eventful time, to the point that everyone does it differently. There are lots of different ways that households do it. So what we're deciding to do is I'm gonna read off a list. It's not very creative, I know, but we're gonna read off lists of stuff that people will have for their Christmas dinners, and Cam and I are gonna discuss what sort of stuff our family do, because I know
Mm-hmm.
for a fact that me and you have slightly different taste,
Yeah, definitely.
just a bit. So
Just
just teeny tiny. But yeah, so in that case, we're going to start off with all the different meats that you can have, or anything that's normal. So turkey is a given.
yeah.
Some people have gammon. Some people have beef. Duck, that's an odd one. Fish. Some people have chicken as an alternative if they don't like turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a vegan roast alternative and a vegetarian roast as well, which
Okay.
would be nut. And there's a nut roast.
Hmm.
For sides, there's potatoes, Brussels sprouts. You gotta have pigs and blankets. You gotta have pigs and blankets.
Oh yeah.
Carrots, parsnips. Potatoes can go into many things, so it can be mashed potatoes, roast potatoes, all sorts of potatoes. I think dope and what potatoes, something like that. I forgot. Peas,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
red cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, stuffing, definitely.
Yeah.
There's too many desserts, mind you. So we'll do
Yeah.
desserts in a minute. So what do you tend? What's your go-to for Christmas dinner?
Right. My go-to meat is chicken.
Oh my!
Yeah. I'm kind of like turkey, but I definitely prefer chicken.
Yeah.
Also, I would have mashed potatoes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of roast potatoes as well. Yes, I like my potatoes.
Yes.
Um, carrots and peas,
Mm-hmm.
stuffing, and I mean a fair bit of stuffing.
Yeah.
I probably also have absolutely Yorkshire puddings.
Oh
Oh,
yes.
and pigs and blankets, of course. You know, you've got to
Yes.
have pigs and blankets. Have I said carrots and peas?
You said carrots and peas.
Good. And then, just to finish it off, drown it in gravy.
What kind of gravy?
Probably chicken gravy or beef gravy, depending on what we've got.
That makes sense.
And I prefer it we might have to have two levels of gravy and and all the stages in between. But the two levels we have are brown water, or as we like to call it, one slice or two, so really thick.
Oh.
And I like it more on the thick end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of how I like my gravy done as well, because, yes, I do have a preference on how I have my gravy.
Good to know. Never
yeah,
cooking
that'd
for you.
kind of be my Christmas dinner. So, a few slices of chicken, a fair few pigs and blankets, 2 or 3 Yorkshire puddings, depending on how hungry I am.
How big
Fair
are the
bit of
Yorkshire
stuff
puddings,
in.
though? How big are the Yorkshire puddings, though?
I'd say normal Yorkshire pudding size, so I'd say about this big-ish.
Okay, I've got something to tell you later.
Okay. And if I'm feeling fancy sometimes, I tend to put stuff into my Yorkshire puddings to say if I've got a bit of stuffing or a pig and blanket left over, I'll chuck those in and put a little gravy over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be my Christmas dinner.
Okay. My Christmas dinner for my family has changed over the years. Because it used to be
Okay.
we would never have we wouldn't have turkey in. We would just have beef and pork because
Okay.
my mum's preference was she didn't like chicken, she didn't like turkey. But
Okay.
it was just like 1 year we ended up getting a turkey in, so then the mixture of meats would be pork and turkey. And we would always make two separate gravies. We'd make the pork gravy, we'd make a turkey gravy, or beef gravy and a pork gravy, depending on what happened. But yeah, so we'd have those meats. We'd sometimes have gammon in, but that's only if there was like a rare occasion where it was cheap enough to get a gammon and we just have it in the
Yeah.
freezer. So gotta cook it up.
Mm-hmm.
Potatoes. So there'll be roast potatoes, there'll be mashed potatoes, there'll be roasted parsnips, which yeah, they are glorious, beautiful. We don't usually have Yorkshire puddings, but I think we would do in rare occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you gave like a measurement of about sort of this size, this sort of size.
Yeah, roughly.
Try this, which is why I asked you how big yours
Right.
was.
Okay.
We have we have a specific pan for it. So, and that pan makes monster-sized Yorkshire puddings. So it would tend to
Right.
be one per person.
Okay. Yeah. The ones I have are a bit smaller than that. Like those ones you can have reasonably 2 or 3 per person.
This is just like a boat. Just like a boat.
Okay. Love that.
So you could have
And I've
that
actually seen
as
some up recently. I'll tell you about afterwards in regards to that.
yeah, sure. So it'd be like that where you just have like a puddle of gravy and then you're able to put your stuff in there.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah. It's like those it's smaller than those sauce Toad in the Hole sort of packs where it's like a giant.
Yeah.
It's slightly smaller than that, but they taste
Okay.
really nice with the gravy in it, like stuff. We'd have
Yeah.
we wouldn't have peas, we'd definitely have carrots. We'd have Brussels
Okay.
sprouts because everyone has to eat them. Broccoli, cauliflower, despite it being my least favorite vegetable, I would have to eat at least one piece every year because it's just tradition. I have to eat at least one piece.
Yeah.
Pigs and blankets, obviously, if my dad didn't get to them first.
Yeah.
And we had like these what were they called? Like those dinner lady sort of trays where it would be self-heating sort of thing.
Yeah.
We have them for
Yeah.
it, where
Oh,
everything
yeah.
would be separated and they would just still be like perpetually heated.
Yeah.
And so you can
Oh,
just go
mine's
back.
just bunged onto a plate.
No, we do that and then we just self-serve and then whatever's left is either free for all or is made into bubble and squeak later on.
Oh. Okay. In my house we kind of portion it out.
Now when I was younger, oh yeah, we do have stuffing as well. I didn't used to like stuffing until like a couple of years ago, but that's a different story. But no, my mum loves to feed. Well, my mum loved to feed, so it was a case of whenever she'd make enough food, and to be fair, almost every year we'd have like a random person come and visit. So whether it be like someone that my brother brought in, like a family member, my dad's
Yeah.
family coming over a couple of times, my sister-in-law, and just like almost anybody. It would be like a random person who would come and visit. She would always make enough food to feed us and then a bit
Yeah.
extra. And then whatever's left,
Yeah.
we would just pick out throughout. So that was kind of like a tradition in the house where we that if you came in, you would be fed.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have minded if we brought like people in.
Yeah.
But it was,
Okay.
we would just have a lot of food, basically.
Makes
So
sense.
you just portion out what you'd want, and hopefully you got plates and blankets before my dad inhaled them all.
Yeah. Yeah, I do what you do with the Yorkshire puddings, just on a smaller scale.
Whoops. I'll have to show you the pan. I'll have to show you the pan how we make them, because we make them from scratch.
Please do. Oh, wow. Okay, we buy them, so
No,
that would explain the size difference.
Yeah, we make them from scratch. Because the batter is the same as pancake batter, but it's a little bit thinner.
Okay.
because you need like that self. So I believe it's like self-raising flour rather than normal flour if you're going to make crepes.
Ah,
So
right.
if you're going to make like thicker pancakes, it's self-raising flour, but you have to make it with that flour instead of like normal flour.
Yeah.
And then you make sure there's oil in the bottom of the Yorkshire pudding pan. Once that's like heated up to like hot, you pour the mixture in, you put it in there, you see it all rise. It's great.
Cool.
So
Okay.
we do that every week for like Sunday lunches when we used to make them. So, but that would only be for beef. So I don't know why it was just the
Okay.
rule of no Yorkshire puddings unless it was beef.
Fair enough. Okay.
So as I'm a student now, I can just get them in whenever I like.
Yep. Um. Now, Christmas desserts, because we did mention that at the start.
Ah, yes, yes, Christmas desserts. Okay, so Christmas pudding, yay or nay?
No,
Oh, I'm same with you. I don't like it
it
personally.
it's the fruit.
It it's just
Yeah.
the texture
Although
for me.
I do remember one year, it's just my gran used to make Christmas cakes,
Yeah.
and she used to make like several for the family. So like my dad would have one, my nan and granddad would have one,
Oh, the
my
Christmas
great auntie Mary would
cakes.
have one.
Yeah.
And one year, uh, she let me syringe the brandy into the cakes, right?
Yeah.
And I was given my dad's.
Oh no.
Now, bear in mind, at this point, my dad was still a taxi driver, right?
No,
He was
no.
still a. Well, let's just say, because I accidentally hit a piece of fruit and didn't quite realise, an entire syringe of brandy went into one specific spot. I'm pretty sure that was the one for my dad.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah, needless to say, after that, I didn't do it again.
Fun piece of cake, huh?
Yeah. This was only like 4 or 5 years ago now.
Mm.
This isn't like, when I was like 10 or 11. This is only a few years ago.
Oh, you idiot. Oh, you idiot.
Yeah.
Right. So Christmas pudding, no. Christmas cake is a 50-50 because here's the thing.
Okay.
Years ago, my mum would make Christmas cake months in advance, and she would always
Mm.
be like, "Hey, if we're gonna make it, you've got to put in some love." So what she would do is, if we're gonna make it like in advance, then she would be able to feed it. But if we did it close to Christmas, she would always make the batter in one specific bowl. There's like this
Okay.
brown bowl that looks exactly like how any sort of kitchen mother would have. So it's like brown with
Yeah.
patterns on it. That would always be the Christmas pudding bowl. Not Christmas pudding, the Christmas
Hmm.
cake bowl. And so she'd make the batter and she would stir it. And then she would make sure everyone in the house would stir that batter to add like
Mm.
extra love into it. So we'd have to shout my brother downstairs in order to stir it. I would be downstairs already, like watching her, so I'd be able to stir mine. It was tough as hell. And then Dad would have to stir it, and it would be
Yeah.
really cute like that. Um, my mum was notorious for feeding the cake until it was full,
Oh,
and
wow.
that would be like a month. That would be like months of preparation to make a slice of cake that means nobody could drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Like, my granny used to do months in advance as well. She'd start, like, September-ish time.
to be fair, Christmas cake lasts a long time, and
True.
fun fact: my brother's wedding cake, my aunt made that, and she actually did like a Christmas cake at the bottom, which she fed for months.
Yeah.
Which I didn't
Also, I
think.
should probably just quickly say, my dad did avoid that piece until he didn't have to drive
Good,
the next day.
good.
Like, he took Christmas off as always.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he avoided that bit until he. I think it went to my dad. It may have gone to one of my grandparents. I can't remember now, but I
Yeah.
think it was originally meant for my dad. So yeah,
Good
sure
job.
to put that one out there.
Yeah. But no. Christmas cake. Christmas cake brings back a lot of fun memories, to be fair. I still don't like it.
Same. But for me, my Christmas dessert's kind of one that may make you raise your eyebrows a little bit.
Oh.
Viennetta ice cream.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but we have it at Christmas, and we only get it at Christmas too.
How odd.
Like, yeah, I don't know where it came from. It's just something that we've always done.
Well,
And after a piping hot Christmas dinner, it's definitely nice to have something that's cool down.
true. We had like a couple of different things because I'm not like Christmas pudding, so they would always have a Yule log in for me to have, which always good.
Yeah.
My gran went because recently we've been visiting her for Christmas, so my nan and granddad in Nottingham.
Yeah.
And what my nan ends up doing is she ends up making a trifle for it.
Ooh.
So, and I believe she puts like a brandy in the jelly.
Ooh,
And
okay.
I'm just like, why does this taste weird? And just like, oh, because I found out from her recently. It's like, oh, I just put like brandy in the jelly. I was like, oh, okay. I did not know this because she has like bananas in there too.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know this woman. This woman is batty, but she is absolutely lovable.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. Then there's also like
Trifle
cheese.
isn't personally my thing.
Yeah, like the cheese board as well because
Ooh.
people like cheese. People like boards.
Yeah. I've got to be honest, the main thing for me would be the jelly. Not a fan.
Yeah, that's fair. What about mince pies?
No.
You know?
No. I tried them once, didn't like them.
Oh no.
It was the texture of it, really, for me. It's just,
No, that's fair.
felt weird.
Minced fruit.
Yeah. Is there anything else we could go over in this one? Like,
I don't. Unless there's like any other foods that you have specifically at Christmas.
I mean, other than the Viennetta ice cream and metric tons of chocolate, like more chocolate than you can.
That's classic.
That's a given, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, no, not really.
To be fair, it's been nice sharing the stories because I haven't thought about like the Christmas of the past in a while.
Same, really. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for this 13th episode of the Astoundmas. It is 13th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely the luckiest number in the world, 13.
Yeah. So, please give this video a big like, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channel, so links down in the description. My button is down there. Please click them and then the bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not, and let us know what you have for your Christmas dinner and Christmas dessert. Do you agree with any of our choices? Do you disagree? Do you throw in something completely random? Once you've done that too, please follow me on my social medias. That'll be down in the link tree in the description. And below that's going to be Roxanne's website. And lastly, please, please, please do share this video with all of your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another episode of the Astoundmas. Goodbye!
Bye!